Hello there. I'm here to talk about your learning space. And normally your learning space would look something like this. Now this is separated by 6 feet, a table that you'd use in a science classroom, let's say. But of course, we're in different times. So your goal is to set up the best learning environment at home as you possibly can. So instead of looking like this, more like a place like this. Now this is a room that we had in our house and is really dedicated to housing our dog and doing our laundry. But we carved out a space and made a nice table setup here for our daughter. So she's all set up to work and she's got everything, as you can see, laid out in front of her, which is a great setup, where she's got, most importantly, a calendar to stay organized. You can also have post-it notes or cards to cut up that have little notes on them. Nothing's written on this one. But you can say, oh, math is due on Friday, and then put it on your calendar. Bigger the calendar, the better. Then you're gonna have room for your binder and, of course, your laptop, right? It is distance learning, so there you go. Now, also what I like about this space that she set up is that she has a little area just kind of for other things, right? She has a nice healthy snack set aside for later. Smart, right? She has water in a water bottle. And she has nuts as well as a stress ball, right? It's not a bad idea. If you got a fidget toy or a stress ball, this is nice to have in your hand while other people are talking or you're just processing what's going on online. It'll prevent you from going out of your mind. Okay, so if you look at the rest of the setup, we've got a couple more things here where the laptop, of course, you can be seated and using it here, right? Where she can sit and access everything, and then everything behind her, of course, will be on the camera. We'll talk about that next. But you can make it a standing desk because who wants to be seated all the time? Unlike in a real classroom, you can use it as a standing desk with a box. Now, I know it's not very glamorous, and there's ones out there that are fancy and motorized and have a foot massage and treadmill. All you really need is this. So if you can have a box, boom, it's a standing desk for the price of a box. So basically this will allow you to stand up, and also your camera angle will still be at your head right here, which is really important so that if you raise your hand or if you want to speak or present anything, you can do it more fairly or more clearly. Now, that is one easy way you can modify your desk. Next up, we're going to talk about what's behind you when you're on camera and where you put your supplies. Now we're going to talk about, of course, if you have your laptop set up here and you're looking that way, right, your camera's looking that way, you're going to be on camera, but everything behind you is going to be visible too. Now in this setting, there's a floor, there's a window, and there's these kind of louvered doors in the background. That's fine. That's a really good spot where you don't have to worry about kind of what's behind you. And also you want to keep in mind that no one's passing by. So if you're set up and someone's passing by constantly behind the camera, going back and forth, it's rather distracting to everyone else on the camera as well as you. So try and find a spot in your house where you have a nice clear background in the back and where there's not a lot of traffic. I also recommend putting a sign on the door or area that you're working that says, no trespassing. Headphones. This is going to be a key thing for you to have for distance learning because you want to have both clear audio for videos and other people that are presenting and listening to them, and also kind of drowning out the background noise of your household. So here is the cheapest option, and I like this because it's softer on the part that goes in your ear, and that allows you to have more comfort level while you are listening along, and they're very inexpensive. Next up is the cover the ear type, and this is something like what you'll have in your packet if you ordered supplies from the school. And this covers your whole ear, which makes it more comfortable, although sometimes it can get a little hot. And so that's something to keep in mind if you want to, but both of these options are very inexpensive. Moving down the line, there's kind of a option which has a microphone on the cord where you can mic up, kind of mute, as well as listen and that sort of thing. So it's a little bit more expensive. And honestly, the hard ear part is tough on the ear after a while. So you may want to consider that part of that choice. Next one is where you have the same option where you have a microphone on the cord and soft padded ears, but again, more expensive, but that's what you get for a little bit more money. Finally, the last two options are both wireless, which is nice because that way if you're moving around, your cord is not going to be tangled in or around yourself or your chair. And again, highest price range, so keep that in mind. So what to do with all those supplies? We've unpacked our supplies, we've got them all spread out. Now where can we put them? I really recommend that you put your supplies in an area that is close to where you're working. This is right next to the desk. Binder's close by, so is your laptop, so that between classes, you don't have to travel very far. So for instance, you might find things in here like the index cards that was in the kit, or scissors, or pens, or tape, or ply. Oh, that's for repairing binders, that's another film. Anyway, this is an idea where you can put all your things close by. Again, that way during classes or between classes, you can get supplies easily. Preparing a 3-ring binder. We've all had this situation where things are working great. All the sheets are aligned and then you close it up, boom, and one looks like this. Oh, how annoying, right? How to fix it? Well, all you need is a standard pair of pliers and a handy rag. This one's clean. I recommend a clean one. So, as we go through this, you're gonna wrap this around, and if you notice, this tong was a little below, so you're gonna brace the other one firmly and bend this one out. Then we'll try it again, see if that works. So as we close these up, they line up again. Ta-da! Binder problem solved. And that way it won't shred all of your papers and where the holes are. Hope you enjoyed this short repair of your binder.